Most people still believe fat loss is won on the treadmill, but here's the truth. Study after study shows that compound strength training increases long-term calorie burn far more effectively than steady-state cardio. One meta-analysis in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research found that people who consistently trained compound lifts increased their resting metabolic rate by up to 7%, meaning their bodies burn more calories all day long, even at rest. And when you look at the energy cost of big movements like squats, hinges, presses, and pulls, your body is forced to recruit more muscle, move more load, and spend more energy. This is why people who strength train consistently have an easier time managing fat loss and keeping it off. Before we get into the lifts, let's actually define what a compound exercise is, because a lot of people misunderstand this. A compound exercise is any movement that uses multiple joints and multiple muscle groups working at the same time. It trains your body as a coordinated system, not in isolated pieces. Most people still train muscle groups, chest day, back day, arm day. That's not how your body moves in real life. Daily life is built on movement patterns, not muscles. You squat to sit. You hinge to pick something up off the floor. You push a door open or pull something toward you. You lunge or step every time you walk. You brace your core to stabilize everything else. You carry weight from point A to point B. Compound exercises train these patterns under load, which develops real-world strength, deeper stability, and higher metabolic demand. Here's why this matters. More muscle working equals higher energy expenditure. Compound lifts are simply more efficient. Strength is a skill. Patterns train your nervous system to move efficiently. Patterns translate directly to life. This is what functional actually means. It's movement your body already naturally uses. Patterns create trackable progress. You can actually see measurable strength increases week to week. Now let's break down the big 7. First, there's the squat pattern. There's goblet, front, split, Bulgarian, back. But the squat is a coordinated movement where your hips, knees, and ankles bend together to lower your body down and stand back up. The exact pattern you use to sit, stand, climb stairs, or get out of a car. The muscles involved here are your quads, glutes, adductors or inner thighs, your deep core, and upper back, especially in front-loaded positions. Why squats help with fat loss? Squats involve many large muscles firing at once, which elevates your heart rate and increases the metabolic demand of your workout, including the recovery. Here's how to squat correctly. Feet about shoulder width apart. Keep your rib cage stacked directly over your pelvis. Sit between your legs, not behind them. Push the ground away evenly through your whole foot, heel, midfoot, and the base of the big toe. Some common mistakes and what they mean. Heels lifting, tight ankles or shifting forward, knees caving in, glutes aren't stabilizing. If you feel lower back pressure, it's ribs flaring and core disengaging. These are signals, not injuries. Your body is telling you exactly what needs adjustment, not that you should avoid the movement or rush through it. Next, there's the hinge pattern, like the trap bar deadlift RDLs or kickstand RDLs. The hinge is a movement where your hips travel backward while your torso tilts forward with a neutral spine. It's the movement you use to pick something up off the floor safely, from a grocery bag to a child to a dog. The muscles involved here are your glutes, hamstrings, deep core, lats, and grip. Here's why the hinge helps with fat loss. They recruit enormous muscle groups, which creates a high metabolic cost. Here's how to hinge correctly. Start with soft knees. Push your hips straight back like you're trying to touch the wall behind you. Stick your butt out. Keep the weight close to your body, brushing your legs, engaging your lats to do that. Keep your spine long from your tailbone to your head. Stand tall by driving both feet into the floor and squeezing your glutes at the top. Your core should be braced. There should be no tension in the low back. Some common mistakes here is the lower back arching, which means spine is moving instead of hips. The weight's drifting away from the legs, which means you've lost lat engagement. These are mechanical messages from your body. They're not red flags, they're cues to help you lift better. Third, there's the lunge and step pattern. Reverse, lateral, forward, step up, step down. Lunging and stepping replicate walking, climbing, and shifting your weight. Real-life movements that require stability, balance, and control. The muscles involved here are your quads, glutes, hamstrings, adductors, hip stabilizers, plus foot and ankle muscles. Why these lunges help with fat loss? Unilateral training forces stabilizers to fire, increasing total muscular recruitment. How to lunge correctly. Take a long enough stride so your front knee stays over your ankle. Keep your torso tall, not folding forward. Lower straight down with control. Push through your whole front foot. Heel, midfoot, big toe. Keep your hips level. Some common mistakes would be front knee pain, which means you're pushing through the toes instead of the midfoot. Wobbling, which means the hip stabilizers are undertrained. Or torso folding, which means core is not bracing. These aren't reasons to avoid lunges. They're reasons to slow down and improve the quality. Number 4. Horizontal push, like a push-up or a dumbbell chest press or bench press. Horizontal pushing is any movement where you push your body away from the floor or push weight away from your chest. The muscles involved here are your chest, shoulders, triceps, core, and glutes. Why this matters for fat loss. Push-ups require full body tension, making them a total body strength movement. Here's how to do them correctly. Place your hands directly under your shoulders, squeeze your glutes, pull your ribs down so your torso stays aligned. Lower your chest toward the floor in a straight line. Push the floor away while keeping your entire body in one plank. Think of pushing with your shoulder, ribs, and hips. Some common mistakes would be sagging hips, which means glutes and core are not engaged. Head dipping, which means you're losing tension. Or elbows flaring, which means poor shoulder alignment. These are signals, not problems. They tell you how to improve your pattern. Number 5, vertical press. Overhead press, single arm, half kneeling. Vertical pressing involves pressing weight overhead while maintaining trunk stability. The muscles involved here are your shoulders, triceps, upper chest, and core. Why this matters for fat loss. Overhead pressing forces your entire body to stabilize under load. Here's how to do it. Brace your core before initiating. Press the weight straight up, not forward. Keep your ribs down. Don't let them flare or low back arch. Keep your biceps aligned with your ears at the top. Control the descent. Don't just throw them up and then let them drop. Some common mistakes would be low back pain, which means you're overextending the spine and not bracing the core. Shoulder pinching, which means elbow is not in the proper path. And weights drifting forward, which just means scapular not upward rotating. These signals tell you to refine your mechanics, not avoid the movement. And 6, horizontal pull, like rows, using a dumbbell, cable, band, barbell. Horizontal pulling is how you strengthen the muscles that anchor your shoulder blades and support your posture. Muscles involved here are your lats, rhomboids, traps, rear delts, biceps, and core. Why rows matter for fat loss. Stronger posterior chain equals more load capacity, which equals more energy used. Here's how to do it. Keep your chest open. Think proud chest. Drive your elbows straight back towards your hip. Keep your torso perfectly still, no twisting or rotating. Initiate the movement by engaging your back, not pulling with the arm. It's a back exercise, not an arm exercise. Common mistakes would be shrugging, which just means the upper traps are dominating. Torso rotation, which means your core is not stabilizing. Neck tension, which means arms are taking over. These are not red flags, they are helpful feedback. And 7, vertical pull. Things like pull-ups, chin-ups, pull-downs. Vertical pulling strengthens your lats, shoulders, and grip by pulling your body upward or weight downward. The muscles involved here are your lats, upper back, biceps, grip, and core. Why this matters for fat loss. Any movement involving your full body weight under gravity is extremely energy demanding. Start by pulling your shoulder blades down back. Drive your elbows down towards your ribs, not behind you. Lift your chest up toward the bar. Keep your ribs down and avoid swinging. Lower with full control. Some common mistakes would be neck straining, which means you're shrugging instead of engaging lats, or elbows flaring, which means you're losing lat tension. These signals simply show where technique needs refinement. And a hidden 8, core. What core is actually training. Anti-extension, anti-rotation, carries, dead bugs, and marches. Your core's primary job is to stabilize your spine and transfer force between your upper and lower body. Every lift, every carry, every step, every turn, your core is controlling the movement. If your core can't stabilize, everything around it has to compensate, which affects strength, performance, and how your body distributes effort. The muscles involved for these exercises include deep core, like transverse abdominis, internal and external obliques, diaphragm, pelvic floor, and spinal stabilizers. Why core matters for fat loss and strength. A strong core allows you to lift more safely and powerfully, increasing total muscle recruitment and energy output. Here's how to train the core correctly. For dead bugs, Keep ribs down, spine neutral. Reach overhead while legs extend, bracing with the core. For Palof's press, brace your core, resist the band pulling you sideways, press straight out without rotating. For carries, stand tall, ribs stack, grip tight, walk slowly without leaning. For marches, maintain balance on one leg while keeping hips level and core braced. For bird dogs, extend opposite arm and leg without letting hips shift or arching your spine. Some common mistakes here would be back arching due to deep core not firing, or neck tension, which would be overusing the upper traps instead of the core, or hips drifting, which just means you're losing stability. These are signals your body's telling you where your stability needs work. Before I started training compound lifts, long before becoming a trainer, my workouts were random. I chased exercises that looked hard or cool, but I couldn't define progress. Once I learned patterns, squat, hinge, push, pull, lunge, rotate, carry, everything clicked. My strength went up, my progress was trackable, and it completely changed how I train and how I coach. Here's how to build your training week. If you train 3 days a week, let's say day 1 is full body, so your main lift would be a squat or hinge, and you would superset with a push and a pull. Finish it with a core. Day 2, lower body. Main lift, a squat or a hinge, opposite of day 1. Superset lunge and a posterior chain exercise. Finish it with core or carries. For day 3 would be upper body. Main lift would be a vertical, horizontal press or pull. Superset with a vertical push and horizontal pull, and finish it with core. If you train 2 days a week, let's say the first day is full body. So the main lift would be a squat or hinge. You would superset it with a push and pull, and then finish it with a core exercise. For day 2, full body, main lift would be opposite from day 1, superset lunge and vertical press or pull, finish it with core or carries. I have a full video coming next on how to program sets and reps and everything you need to know about strength training and designing your program. Be sure to like with the notification bell turned on. Compound lifts gives you the highest return on your time. They build strength that carries into daily life, elevate metabolism, and make you more capable in every direction. So your challenge, build your next month around these movement patterns. Slow down, pay attention, and train with intention, not autopilot. Your body will reward you for it. Comment below which compound movement are you working on right now, and check out the next video for a deeper dive into programming and progression. Like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs clarity, not noise.